always wanted to do art since I was young. Like since I'm in elementary school, I always wanted to do art. But actually, at like 10 years old, suddenly my teacher pointing me to represent my school for an art competition. And that time I was like really confused, like what? But then I took the chance because that time I realized I don't really like sitting in the class. And then as time goes by, I just felt like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. Yeah, I think in 2011, I was busy trying to paint on every surface I can. And one thing I haven't done before is painting on walls. So I asked a friend who has like a nice room, and I asked her, "Can I paint your room?" Because I asked my parents to paint my room, and they're like, "No." And then I had a chance to paint my friend's room, and then that's where I felt like, okay, this is fun. This is something I think I would like to try again. And then I went back when I was in university. I knew that I knew I had tried mural before and I wanted to do more. And I asked a lot of friends, and turns out there's like a small community in the city where I was studying. And I told them, yeah, I wanted to try. And then they invited me. I had my first wall on the street. My parents supported me. Like I just have a hobby. They didn't realize that it can be a professional job. Like I can learn, I can earn and live from street art or from becoming an artist. And I think now at this point they understand what I do, and I got paid painting walls. But before, for so many years, they were like, "Oh yeah, Yessi is just painting walls." I'm not sure exactly how many walls, but definitely more than 20 walls. But it's not like 20 different countries. No, it's just I think 10, 15 different countries. I think the biggest was in Serbia we did this summer, back in June. How big? I think it's 20 by 8 or 20, 160 meter square. I ask the organization normally, what is the tradition nearby or in the village or in the city. And for example, like the wall I painted in Italy, um, I realized that so many people in the village, they were like sitting, just gather around with their neighbors with the plastic chair. They were often in every house, they always have these white plastic chairs. So I was like, okay, this can be a good inspiration. And then I painted my characters just sitting in the plastic chair. And then there was a grandma living in front of the wall. And every day she saw the progress. And then she said at the end, we went to to her house to say goodbye, like to give her like update, like, hey, the wall is finished. And then I introduced myself, and she was like, oh, that was me sitting on the chair. Yeah, to see this kind of reaction is always makes me happy. So when I was a kid, I was like bullied because I have a very dark skin color. I think in Indonesia, in many different Asian countries, the beauty standard is more to the like West beauty standard. Like everyone expected to be light color. And I had yeah, for many years when I went to school, I was like famous for being this dark girl. And yeah, my dad taught me to fight the bullying and just to be strong. And then I tried to break the stigma that painting skin in drawing or in, yeah, making artwork, the skin color has to be white, or it has to be light cream. And I felt like, no, I wanted to show this is my color. It's dark as it is, and I'm proud of my skin color. So I try to show it in my work. I try to look for my different path through street art. So because uh, I tried to apply to so many galleries and then I failed and makes me sad and over and over. And then I realized I have to do something else. What can I do? Maybe I can find a chance in street art. And especially as a woman in street art is really now I'm really happy now there's a lot of women street artists going around the world and paint and voice our voice as a woman. But before, I think 5, 6 years ago, it was like something people expect, like, this is for men. Like, why are you doing this? It's very hot outside.
Exactly.
You will be again sunburn. You will get dark. And I said, like, yeah, I don't care, but this is what I like. I will do it, and I will prove to the world that women can also, you know, be in the man world.
Right.
Yeah, I would say it's difficult, but I think if you can, like, fight for it, I think you will get through and then you will be there. So this year I got support from Indonesian government, also from private companies. So every year I try to look for a festival in Europe and then I made a proposal. Uh, and my agency in Jakarta helped me to find a sponsor. Aside from that, I also try to look for funding from the government. My partner's name is Stan. He's from Belgium and he is a music producer. So he never painted walls before he met me. And then he knows that I like painting walls, and sometimes we went in the early year of our travel. Sometimes I try to make deals with hostels, with crafty space that I can paint your walls, and then in return they can give us like a free place to stay. And I remember it was our first wall, I think. And we had to deal with the hostel in this very, very small island in Cambodia. And then I painted their living room, and we got a room in return to stay for a few days. And then he helped me for the first time, I think. Over time, every time I paint, he always comes to me. He always we always together. And then yeah, he builds up, and he now can finish a wall. So last month I was invited to a street art festival in England, and my visa got rejected. And then he said, like, if you want, I can paint the wall. My sadness suddenly felt like, oh, that's true. We've been painting together for 4 years, and we always felt like we 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 can't paint a wall if I'm not coming. But then I don't know why. It was only last month we come with the solution. You can paint by yourself, and then he went and he finished a very big wall by himself. In the next 5 years, I really hope that I'm still doing what I love, and I'm still painting the world and spread news and prove to people that Indonesian artists, Indonesian women street artists can also have chance in the street art world, especially in the first world countries. And I wanted to, keep encouraging the girls here to, be brave, be bold. If you don't know what to do, if you feel scared, if you were invited abroad, you just try first and just give it a chance, and we'll think about financial side, and like later, because there's always a way, because that's what I did. Me and my three other friends in Bali, we created a street art festival, because with my experience abroad, I wanted to also show some friends and Indonesian street art scene that we can also do similar things here. People take advantage of artists. So in our festival, we try to provide everything artists need, because that's what I felt I experienced abroad. Like, I just come and do the work, make my best work for people and for me, and I don't have to worry about flights, accommodation, food, materials, walls, and everything. And now we are currently working to get the funding for the next year edition.